Well, hey, good Saturday morning, everybody. It's Memorial Day weekend. Susan on. There's Denny. How's Denny doing this morning? They said it was going to be rainy this morning. Sunny out, 30 out. Crazy weather. People don't know how to do their job. They should be fired. It's going to rain. Just later than what they said. Morning, Ron. It's bright and sunny this morning. Yeah, it's the same here. It's bright and sunny. Wasn't what they forecast. They forecast it was going to be a washout on Saturday. I believe it's going to rain later on today. It's going to get here, but
they canceled the picnic and everything today.
Yeah, our club has our Memorial Day picnic today normally, and we have our normal monthly meeting, and the club, we canceled it because the crazy weather people said it was going to be nasty. So you know how much they know? Nothing. So they have an idea. They'll go, hey, it's going to rain here, but they don't know what they're doing. So generally I would have maybe even went out regardless this morning because it looked nice, but the field was wet. Now we've been dry now, what, 4 days, I believe.
Yeah, it's the fourth day.
And so I would think it would dry up some, but last week when I was out, it was just laying in water. You know, if you saw the chat last week, you probably saw some of the water. We were still flying, but we were walking around and squeech. Hey, good morning, Google. Hey, Google. Good morning. She wasn't awake.
Good morning, Lucky Dog. The time is 8:01 a.m. Currently in DeLand it's 72 and sunny. Today, it'll be mostly cloudy, with a forecasted high of 86 and a low of 73. Today at 8 p.m., you have OWDW. Have a good one.
I gotta get rid of that notification. It's blackout days for Disney is what that is. Ron said they say rain here tomorrow. They say a complete washout here tomorrow. Actually later, probably towards this evening, it'll begin raining and it'll be a complete washout. If they're right, what do they know? Nothing. I've always been the weather people aren't for the crap, you know. And if they would tell it like it is, well, it might be rain today, but I would go on out, you know. Most likely you'll be fine, you know. See a cat out here. It caught my attention. Jumped off the fence. So anyways, you know, I'm not crazy about weather people. They're educated. So anyways, hey, you know what you would be doing normally if you was a kid back in the good old days? Saturday mornings you watched cartoons. So if you remember these guys, Saturday mornings were worth getting up. It was, but see, now it's worth getting up because we have the morning coffee chat, so it's still worth getting up. But yeah, if you remember back in the good old days when we had these good, I see Sylvester the cat and oh, what's the guy with the hat on with the big mustache? And Tweety Bird and Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, Yosemite Sam and the Tasmanian Devil and Porky Pig, and had all those good cartoons. And
Elmer Fudd.
Elmer Fudd, silly wabbit. He was funny. So we used to do that. Get up Saturday morning. That's why you got up. Turn on the TV and watch cartoons all morning. And as kids, you stay in your pajamas and everyone get your clothes on. Good, yeah. It's like that's something I always do. I never get up. When I get up in the morning, I get dressed. I'm ready to go out the door in a second. You know, I don't stay in clothes that I'm not going to be able to go out the door in. Very rarely, you know. So, anyways, Saturday morning, and that's what we used to do as kids. Go out there and watch cartoons in the morning. So, do you think there are life on other planets? What do you think? Do you believe we have life out there on other planets? Sue says yes. I say yes. What the rest of you guys think?
Yeah, it's crazy to think that we're the only one with life on it. You know, life in some different forms, as we know it.
Yeah, I mean, if you go outside at nighttime and you stand out there and you look up in the sky and you see all those stars are planets, you know, most of them. Some are just, I don't know what they are, meteorites or whatever, but there's a lot of planets beyond what they talk about. You know, we talk about Mars and Jupiter and the Moon and all that, but that's one solar system. There's other ones way out there, and I don't believe that there probably got to be life out there. So this guy, this is your typical alien, what they make it look like. And this guy here, he sees this big flying saucer coming down. And another one here looks like he's on Mars or something, walking around. We've been to Mars. I don't think it's been proved that there is life on Mars or not. There could be, but I don't think they've proved that yet. But like flying saucers, I believe in flying saucers. I've seen them. Me and my sister saw one once. Everybody believed us, so we did. And I mean, twice I think our parents had saw one up at the campground up by Creston there. They've seen one once, but I do believe there is. I think aliens have visited our planet. So what everybody else think? Nobody's responded to. Do you believe that there is other living beings out there? You know, I think there is. You know, I really do think there is. It's just I think we're limit ourselves if we think that we're the only one people in the entire solar system. You know, I do believe there is other life forms out there on it. So I think about that off and on. You know, about what's out there in the planets, the heavens. You know, who knows after you die when you go to heaven. Ron says, you know, I've seen them. Yeah, so it's like they're out there. You know, Ron's seen them. Yeah, I mean, who knows eternal life after you pass on from this world and you go to heaven? Where is heaven? You know, is it another planet? You know, I'm not sure where heaven is, to be honest. And people have been there, but we haven't got there yet. Our parents are there. You know, so it's just an interesting thought. Another thing I had there is, what is the furthest you've ever been away from home? You know, how far have you been away from home? I don't know, Sue, what's the furthest you've been away from home? Europe. How far is that? I mean, I don't know.
It's an 8-hour flight.
It's an 8-hour flight.
From the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's just Scotland. One time we flew directly to London. Another time we flew to Scotland or Ireland and then to London. And then we went further east to all the way over to Germany and Switzerland and Italy.
Well, Denny said, I'm sure they may not look like us. Yeah, I believe that. They might not look like us either. As you come back to aliens, you know. I don't think they would probably look like us. Gosh, I hope they don't look like me. That would be horrible. So, yeah, Sue's been to Europe. I've probably, as far as I've ever been, I've been to Hawaii, which, that was a 10-hour flight from Cleveland. So, that's quite a ways. Maybe that's further than Europe. You know, you've been to Hawaii, so maybe that's further than you. You said it's what, 8-hour flight?
Oh, Europe is further than Hawaii, yeah.
It is? Well, how come it took longer?
Huh?
How come it took longer? He says an 8-hour flight to Europe, and when I went to Hawaii, it was 10 hours to get to Hawaii, you know?
Yeah.
And so it makes it further, you know? It's like, I'm not arguing the point, but statistics, I deal with statistics, you know? If it took you 8 hours to go to Europe, 10 hours to go to Hawaii. Hawaii must be further, you know. And I know you've been there too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's probably as far as I've been. What's the rest of you? What's the furthest you've traveled by car? L.A. That's a long ways out there, L.A.
Jenny and I went to L.A.
Was that about 3,000 miles?
Yeah, about that, isn't it?
Yeah. Ron says been to Los Angeles. See, L.A. That's a long ways. Traveling by car, probably the furthest I've been is between Florida and Ohio. You know, it's about 1,000 miles. You know, something in that neighborhood. That's as far as I've ever been. I don't like to drive in cars. I hate it. You know, I never did like a road trip. You know, I'd like going places and being there, but I'm there. You know, so I don't like the getting there part, you know, driving through the stupid mountains and stuff. I despise those. But my friend Todd, I don't know if he might be shooting online or not, but my thing says nobody's watching. So he's going to go down, take the motorcycle down to the Keys. I think he's leaving this next Thursday. Him and a couple other guys are going to ride down the Keys. Ron says he went by motorhome to LA. That's a long ways to take a motorhome, you know. Everybody does it. It's a long ways. But yeah, Todd's going to go down to the Keys, ride the motorcycle down, and going down the Keys ain't horrible until you get through Miami. Miami's awful, you know. I mean, it's awful to drive anywhere, but Miami's horrible. Millions of people on the road. I found a route to go down the Keys that's further that you would go inland. You go a little bit to the west and go down 27, go down by Lake Okeechobee, and it looks to me it stays on the west side of Miami. You go down by the Tamiami Trail there, down by the Alligator Alley, and it stays kind of outwards and dumps right into Homestead. And from Homestead you can jump on, go right on down to the Keys. If I was ever making another trip to the Keys, I know it's further, but it's got to be more relaxing to go down that way because you don't have the I-95 traffic and all the idiots on your tail all the time. Hey, if you're driving out there and you're on somebody's tail, get off of it.
You can show them this is where the aliens live in Pensacola.
Oh, the aliens? This is, Sue says, if I can get it to focus right here. This is where the aliens live in Pensacola. I think there's a house like that over on 192 by Kissimmee. I think there's one similar to that, or used to be, that looks like an alien house over that way. So, but yeah, for this way, it's like I've never, like I said, I haven't been, you guys all been further than I have. I'm sure Denny's been all over the place. Denny drove truck around. You know, Ron said I went from Vegas first and Hoover Dam, and then to LA rather than the Grand Canyon, you know. And I've been watching just a lot of these RV videos, and a lot of them are out there out west in the Grand Canyon, Las Vegas, all that area. And people love it out there, but from what I've got there, I don't think I'd care for it. Too much rocks, too much hills, and it just, I'm not impressed. I'm more impressed with Key West, you know. So, but people love it out there, you know. That's people. I don't know. Everybody said, "Oh yeah, the Southwest." They just thought it was great, you know. And I don't think it's horrible, but it's no place that I desire, you know, to go. Sue said she loves it, you know. But that's just not one place that I really. And I used to always think I'd want to go to California, but I think California is so busy. I don't believe I would like it. I don't like huge crowds of people, you know, and I don't think I would enjoy California all so much. You know, the trouble is, Florida's so beautiful. There's not much other places I care to go. You know, it's like, how much better could you do if you live in Florida? You know. Another thing I put down here is, how do you budget to save money? You know, that comes off from they say, what, you never talk about money and politics. Is that what they say? Religion. But I've always budgeted to the penny. I've always had to budget to the penny. I can squeak a penny out of a lot there. And I watch a lot of people who have some issues with financial problems, and the little things they do that they spend a fortune on, that they could save a ton of money, you know. Little things like just stopping at the quick check store, and when you go in there, grab a soda, grab a snack. That stuff's expensive, you know. When you get down the road, let's just stop at McDonald's. McDonald's is expensive. You know, you can go out to eat a restaurant before what you can eat at McDonald's. My use of comment is like, no, we've got food at home. You know, I've always been that way because I've had to. I've never had a lot of money, but just budgeting money. Just take credit card debt. Sometimes I sit back and wonder, I watch other people, how they do things, and I go, how can they afford that? That's always my biggest thing. How can they afford that? Now, granted, my highest year was $13,000. So it's easy for me to say, how can they afford that, you know? Ron says, I like Vegas for the shows, did not care for LA. The Grand Canyon was great to see. Yeah, I think the shows would be good in Vegas, depending on what the show is. I don't like musicals or nothing, but if it was a good show, like comedian show, would be fun, you know. But yeah, Grand Canyon would be alright. I saw the Grand Canyon in Hawaii. I went to the island of what is the next island over? It had they call it the Kauai. Yeah, it's Kauai. I went to the next island over, Kauai, and they have what they call the Grand Canyon or the West or whatever out there. And it from pictures that I saw, the Grand Canyon looked probably a lot the same. You know, it was just a big hole in the ground. You know, it was cool. It wasn't the best thing I've ever seen in my life, but it was okay. You know, I don't think I'd be totally impressed. It'd be interesting to see the Grand Canyon. Wow, that's such a big, massive area. I mean, that would be interesting. You know, Ron said the magic shows was great with Lance Burton. Yeah, see, those would be good. I would love to see magic shows, and I don't like shows with people dancing around and music and like a musical. I hate musicals. They're so stupid. You know, it's like I've seen a lot of movies that would be good if they cut the musical out. You know, but yeah, shows like Lance Burton would be fun. You know, there's a lot of different shows. Always watch that one. America's Got Talent, and at the beginning of that season, all the good stuff comes out. The people who think they have talent and don't. That's when it's fun. When they narrow it down, it becomes less interesting. But the beginning of it's there's nothing funnier than watching a show of someone who thinks they have talent and they don't. Like me, I have no talent. You know, I could pick up the guitar and play for you, but that guy can't play the guitar, and they're right. Or sing. Boy, if you want to sing, the cat's got a cat out there, it'd be screaming if it heard me sing. You know, but yeah, those shows are. The shows would be fun if they're a good show. You know, it's I don't care much for musical shows, and it's not my thing. Yeah. So anyway, back about budgeting money, and like I said, I was saying saving money by stopping, getting eating stuff. You know. Also, Lance Burton was just starting his career back then, so he was pretty new. But I still bet he was really good. You know. But I was going to go with credit card debt's what I was going off on to. I think a lot of people, when they need or want something, they throw it on a credit card. And unless you pay a credit card off 100% every month, man, they have some of those at like 21% interest rates. You would never pay it off. You know, it'd be crazy. And we have credit cards, but there's no debt on them. You know, every month they're wiped clean. You know, never pay an interest charge on it. But I think a lot of people, they just throw it on the credit card, and I've known people have $30,000 of debt on credit card, and that would drive me nuts. I couldn't sleep at night knowing I'd have that much debt. I mean, basically, we're debt free. We still pay on the car. That's about it.
Was it almost zero interest on it?
Well, right. It's 0.01.
0.001.
Yeah, 0.001. Almost no interest. So every payment, pretty much, it's either take your money and let them use it, or just use their money. So we did that. It won't be too long. We'll have it paid off. You know, yeah, probably a couple more years. But that's another thing on cars. Unless you get a super good interest rate, you know, if you pay cash for one car, you almost will make it save enough money to pay cash for the next car because of the interest you'll pay on it. So, and that's not always easy to do. But yet, get yourself. I hadn't had a car payment in, gosh, probably minimum of 30 years since I'd had a car payment. I don't know, it's been a long time. I can't remember the last car I had owed on, because it's been a long time. Ron says that's the way we do it on the card for points, and to get free Walmart card. Yeah, you know, a lot of these cards will give you points, and that's what we do. Every so often, like, you get $100 back on the card.
It's $100. Like I just have.
Yeah, and it's what
Probably about every 4 or 5 months.
4 or 5,
every 4 months.
about 4 months, you get $100 back.
We
You
put
know?
everything on card.
Yeah, we put everything in the card, and then you pay the card.
And
But
I get up to 4% on some things too.
yeah, and so we have credit card. I don't think we have what you call credit card debt
No, we pay it off.
because we pay it off. You know, like right now, I've got a small balance in mine. Will come up. My check comes in second or third, and that'll be paid off, and there's no debt there. So never accrued any interest on it. So that's the way to go. I mean, you use the credit card to your advantage,
Yeah, that's what we do.
and don't use it to the credit card's advantage. They want you.
Don't pay any interest.
Yeah, you don't want to pay. They want you to pay interest because that's how they make all their money. You know. So anyway, a little bit about credit card debt or just budgeting money there. So it's been about 20 minutes. And we're going to go ahead and get out of here for today. And everybody enjoy this rainy day, although it's sunny and not a cloud in the sky here right now. Boy, did they mess that up. Let's get a joke before we leave. Hey, Google, tell me a joke.
What did one firefly say to the other? Gotta glow now.
Gotta glow now, and that's what we do. We gotta glow now. So, hey, again, if you want to leave a comment, suggestion, complaint, whatever, leave it in the comment box, and we'll talk about it again tomorrow. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up, and tell your friends and family and enemies that come and join us. So, if you join the chat and not subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to be notified, hit the little bell. It'll notify you every time we have a live chat or any other uploads. So everybody have a good Saturday for the Memorial Day weekend. We'll see everybody again tomorrow.